What up? Hey guys. So it's been a while, but that's just because I've decided I'm just gonna do podcasts when I have stuff to talk about. Um, because it's just like, what is the point in me waffling on when I've got nothing to talk about? So yeah, unless I've got someone in mind who I want to talk to and put it in a podcast format, or I've got shit to talk about, I probably won't put out episodes. I think I've said in the last one or the one before, it was becoming a bit of a sort of a chore, and I was sort of like not enjoying it. So yeah, I don't want it to come to that because I quite enjoy hearing the feedback. So it's like I hate the work, love the kudos. So a bit like running in a way. So yeah, so what's been going down? I've done quite a few races since we last spoke. Trying to think. So the last races I've done, I'm trying to remember if I've done one since one with Kieran and Lewis. I'm not sure if I have. I don't know. Anyway, last one I've done was 14. Was 14 peaks? No, I must have done a fell race before then. Yeah, no, I've done a fell race. Oh, the Beast fell race. Yeah, done the Beast fell race. That was fun. That was really fun. So that is in a place I cannot pronounce. It's not far from Morvamai. Clan Clanferris. Is that it? Oh, no. No, that's where the druid is. My Schaffen. Again, I'm probably mispronouncing that. But yeah, it's just by the Miners' Arms. Great pub. Great race. I think I knocked a minute off my time from previous year, so I was happy with that. Even though I definitely felt slower, but I'm happy. So yeah, and then literally like a couple of days after that, I had the 14 Peaks, which was sort of my was it my A race? I can't. I would say I'd say it was my A race. Yeah, I got halfway through, so it was a 50k race. If you don't know what the 14 Peaks is, it's basically the Welsh 3000s north to south. Um, and yeah, I just no, was it south to no, it's north to south. Sorry. Um, yeah. And yeah, just straight off the bat. So the registration night before and everything went brilliant. I felt great. Slept in the car. Sleep was never going to be great sleeping in the car. Um, but I, um, you know, slept as good as I could. Had breakfast. Fueled really well and whatnot. And then got on the bus. Felt good. Got to the start. I just thought, not feeling up for this. And then I saw my friend Russell, who was running it for our friend Steve, who passed away. Um, with his son and a huge bunch of others, which was really cool to see. Um, and then I just wasn't feeling up for it. And I did sort of say to him like, I'm not sure I'm up for this. Um, and it wasn't like I felt like shit or anything like that. I literally just couldn't be bothered. And it got about 5k in, and straight away I was just like, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not feeling like good. I felt ill. I was sweating like buckets, like ridiculous amount of sweat, just pouring off me. Um, and then got to so the whole thing's an ascent from the start, but then got to like the first like big climb, and then I caught up with my friend Dean, um, who wasn't doing too well at the time, and I think by that time I kind of made the decision. Fucking hell, if I feel this shit already, what's the point in carrying on? So I was just like, I'll get to the next checkpoint, which is 25k in, so it's still halfway. Um, But I was just like, I'm going to get to the checkpoint and just tap out. Like, if I feel like this already, there's no point in trying to. Because this thing, like, once you got over the first half, you then got Trifan half face, North face, and then you've got the glitters, and then those other ones if you carry on right rather than going down towards Penny Pass. So you carry on right, there's a bunch of us, and you come down, go up Penny Pass. And then you got Creep Gawk as well, which is just, yeah, if you're not feeling great, it's not a clever thing to do. So I was just like, no, like it'll just take me too long. So, yeah, got to the halfway point, decided, no, I'm not doing this, sacking it off. Met a lovely lad along the way who decided his knee wasn't playing up, you know, his knee wasn't playing ball, so he decided as well. So it was like, so I was struggling on the ups, which is usually my strength. He was struggling on the downs. So it was just sort of, yeah, just sort of stuck with each other. And then yeah, and then that was it. Called it a day. I'm glad Dean finished it. Even though at one point the race was temporarily called off because of storms. It was great. The storms were quite bad, to be honest. So I'm glad he got it done. Yeah, really happy for him. So yeah, and then I had a sort of a period of where I just like felt a bit sort of fuck, you know. Um, I knew I made the right decision, but I went through a really bad spate of melancholy. I wouldn't say it was depression. Um, Maybe it was. I don't know. But a really, really bad spell of just feeling fucking. I just didn't give a shit about anything. Um, I think maybe that's what was the start of the race. Maybe it wasn't to do with how my body was feeling. It was just my mind, and like I said, I had a really bad spate of it afterwards. I wasn't talking to anyone, or like messaging anyone or anything like that. Or if I saw someone message me, I like purposely wouldn't respond to it for like a good 6 to 8 hours afterwards, just because I couldn't be bothered to message them back. Yeah, so maybe that's to do it. I don't know, but I've been back on the fell races. My move's picked up, so that's cool. So yeah, so it was really really hot. So I done what did I do? Druid fell race. That was brutal. Basically collapsed at the finish. So if you know North Wales, it's the Druid starts at the Druid Inn in Llanferris. I think that's how you pronounce it. And then you sort of come up the back end of what's it called? Hang on one sec, I will find out for you right now. It's the other mountain that's the other side of Morvamai from the car park, not Mull Arthur. Other one, Vol Volfenley. Is it Volfenley? Um, so yeah, you sort of go up, around, and come down, and yeah, it was just fucking brutal. What does it say the temperature was? 20 degrees. It was hot. It was hotter than that. It was hotter than that. 63% humidity. It was more than that. I'm not buying that. Yeah, really, really, really hot. Um, yeah, I struggled. Really, really struggled. But it was good fun. Really enjoyed it. Um, yeah, and like I said, nice pub afterwards. This is the thing I love about the fell races because pubs at the finish. It's yeah, it's really cool. And then what did we do after that? Xterra. So it was the Xterra Snowdonia race, which caused a bit of controversy. So that was so I went there. I drove Nell and Dom there. Nell was doing the half. Dom was doing the full marathon. Really hot day, like 33 degrees, and I was just like, cool, watch you guys go off, and then I'm just gonna get on the paddleboard, get onto the event village, just have a chilled day out, and then there was I was in the event village and there was like a tannoy thing, and they were like, oh, and like it was a really sort of oh, my friend Vic was doing a half marathon as well. Vicky Green, sorry, now it's her 50th birthday as well, so big deal. And anyway, so yeah, there's tannoy, and it sounded really ominous, about really really sorry, we're gonna have to cancel. No, what was it they started it off as? It's something to do with medical emergencies anyway, but they made it sound like someone had fucking died. But they were like, no, we've just had too many, emergency, like people just dropping out and stuff. We're gonna have to cancel the race. So Nell done 18 kilometers out of 21. Dom done about 32 kilometers out of 42. Vic finished. I think she done the whole lot, because I think by time, because the route is going up. This is only really relevant if you know Snowdon. The route was from Clanberis up Telegraph Valley, then you sort of turn left to go up Rangers, Summit Snowdon, come down Clanberis, and then you sort of go up around the quarry, the other side. So Vicky was already up the quarry by the time it cancelled. Nell just got to the bottom of Clanberis Path, so she would basically tell us just to run to the finish, which is a shame, but understandable. I think they could have got away with not cancelling the half. If I'm honest, the full I understood. I understood why they'd done that. Although I don't know, I think you maybe if you got people to like sign the name on a piece of paper and the race number, because Dom got told when he got to Penny Pass, so all he had to do was summit Snowdon via Pig and go down Clanberis. I mean, I know he's already done 20 miles, but if you really wanted to do the whole lot, you just fucking crack on. Apparently, there were people that were just like, yeah, it's fine, here's my number, but I'm carrying on, sort of thing. Um, but yeah, but I think for as far as much as I know, anyway, all were quite happy. Due to the weather, they were all quite happy to you know call it a day and whatnot. But I mean, they still done very good distances, especially now because you got 18 out of 21k. What's that? An extra 3 kilometers. So yeah, and then yeah, that was my deed of doing the what you call it, uh, getting my words out. Um, Not volunteering, crewing. Anyway, so yeah, got them home, took them to McDonald's and whatnot. All had a great time. I hate McDonald's, by the way. Fucking hate McDonald's. Um, yeah, boycotting it anyway. Anyway, so yeah, and then what happens after that? Green grass fell race, another fell race. So that was great for fucking brutal again. This heat's just been absolutely fucking mental. So that was what's this? Trying to find what the village is called. It's similar to the plunge, which is a fell race. I got loads of PRs on it, which I was quite happy about. So it was in the village of Strava Maps isn't going to show me. What a dick. Oh, there we are. Klangenhaffel. I'm probably mispronouncing that. So it was kind of like a. It's hard to describe. It was about 5 miles with 466 meters of elevation. Um, yeah, this one humbled me. Like I chundered the very last descent before you drop down. And when I say drop down, literally it's like a vertical drop. I was talking to my friend Tom about it because he's done it before. And he was like, I shared a reel about how I felt on my thing, and it's like about some runners that are just absolutely bombing it down, um, like basically a 90-degree drop. And he knew exactly which race I'd done. Tom Booth, sorry, I should have full named him because I fucking lost count on me. Tom's, I know. Yeah, really, really good runner, by the way. I think he's won a fair amount of ultras. Yeah, really cool guy, really nice guy. Anyway, so yeah, that was a brutal race. Like I said, chundered at the top of my last descent, and then dropped down, and then But other than that, I really, really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, I've got Ponderosa tonight, which is, again, this is if you know North Wales, at the Ponderosa Cafe, the top of the Horseshoe Pass. It's about, I think it's not a long one. I think it's only about 6k, but there's a tasty bit of elevation within 6k. I think there's about, let's have a look. Is it about 400? Ooh, hope if I could spell. There we go. I know 289 meters of elevation. It's not as much actually. That's not a lot. Well, I mean it is, but for 6.5k. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, no, I'm excited to do that one. Looks like quite fun. So yeah, do that, and then I don't know what I've got next. Other than like my race in November, my marathon. I know. Well, this Sunday actually, I'm taking my friend Ellis to do the Sandstone Trail. So there is that. That's 50k. But I'm really looking forward to that. It'll be cool. Yeah, I tend to do it in the winter. This has been my first time doing it in like summer. Yeah, interesting to see how faster I do it. But I mean, we're going to go at his pace, so speed's not anything I'm bothered about at all. Just go at his pace, whatever he's comfortable with. It's his challenge. Well, he's training to do a 100k run for a hospice his mum was in before she passed away. So he's gonna raise some money for that, and then that'd be cool. So I'm gonna get on this 50k with him, and hopefully get him on the right path to really feel good for going for his 100k. So yeah, no, really excited for that. But race wise, have a look, see if I've got anything. So I'm supporting again Nell at She Trails in the Peaks. She's doing the 25k, so that'll be a good day out. Take Oscar for a good walk. But race wise, no, fell race. Yeah, Norman Conquest on the 10th of August. Other than that, no. Then I'll be leaving for Chamonix at end of August. Jeez, it's come round quick. Really come round quick. I'm glad because I've got money in my savings account for it, but I've not. I'll be honest, I've not been doing well financially recently. A mix of overspending and just stuff that's just come through that I've just needed to pay out for. So it's just like mix of them. So I've just like not been doing great. So and it's been really hard not to touch that money. Really hard, especially when I get that text. Oh, you have a payment that will take you over your overdraft. I'm like, fuck. So, So I'm sitting quite nicely in my overdraft, unfortunately, at the minute. So no, I'm quite glad to get that done and out of the way, and then I can start saving for start saving for Italy. But the thing is with Italy, I've paid for the accommodation, I've paid for my flight. The only thing I need to pay for is my transfer, however that is. I might just rent a car. Um, and my spending money, I'll probably like Kieran and Lewis and Christy owe me money for the accommodation, and Lewis and Kieran owe me money for the actual race entries. So that'll be my spending money sorted. You know what I mean? So yeah, sorted for that. But so that's kind of feeling like a bit of a free holiday. It's not, but it'll feel like that. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that. What else has been going on? Almost obviously the Tour de France is on at the minute. Had a little party for the grand depart. That was good. Had a few. I think I had about 18 people over in the end, which was really really cool. If you didn't get an invite, then apologies. I was trying to keep it low key, um, and people who are local just 'cause it's easier. Um, so yeah, but yeah, no, it was really really cool. I think yeah, I had about 18, 20 people here. Um, Lots of drinks, lots of food. The accordion came out. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. Yeah, that was nice. And then I think what else has been going on other than I was running in sports and whatnot. Do you know what? This recently I've noticed I've not been asked about other races. Like all like the Badwater 135 and all that. Like other than the fella, the 80-year-old who finished. Um, I've yeah, like even like the pros, I've not been bothered about keeping up with it. I mean, maybe because it sort of coincided with it was sort of going on at the time where I was in a shit place. Maybe that's to do with it. I don't know, but um, yeah, I've just not been keeping tabs with it to be honest. So I need to yeah. I know the Lakeland 150 and the 100 is this weekend, so I'll probably dot watch a bit for that. Obviously Sunday I can't for the 100, but I will Saturday because I've got to take the car in. Uh, but yeah, it's nothing serious. It's already paid for. It's basically just the aircon's not working, and it's been absolute hell in the heat we've been having. But now it's cooled down. Of course, I'm getting it fixed. So yeah, that'll be a long job. So I'm going to drop that off into town. Um, and oh, it's a crow. I'm getting really fucking good at knowing my bird calls. By the way, I'm not sure if I mentioned on here. I am a twitcher. I fucking love watching birds. Like now, I'm just looking at my bookshelf. I've got a book about British tits. Oi oi. Wrens, starlings, robins, um, tawny owls in particular. What else have I got? One about blackbirds. Because I like I'm not into those like RSPB garden bird, but no, I want to know everything about specific birds. And yeah, I've got an app where I can record things. It will tell me what the bird is. It's all to do with Cornell University. Take pictures. I mean, you can Google lens pictures of birds and that, but this one's a bit more specific. Um, and yeah, I'm getting really fucking good because obviously it has everyone's collections of recordings of birds as well, so you can hear like different calls and and different songs and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, what was I on about? Lakeland 100 was it? Oh, I can't remember now. Um, but yeah, but yeah, thinking of like events and stuff. Oh shit, Chamonix. What was I saying about Chamonix? Fuck, I've gone well off on a tangent here, haven't I? Jesus. But Chamonix coming together anyway. Let's talk about that because because I keep forgetting how many people are going out there. So I've got Lewis, who's the reason why I'm going out there. He's doing the OCC. Marie Cheng's out going out. I think she's doing the OCC. Kev, no, Kev's with me. Alec He's doing. I can't remember if he's doing the CCC or the OCC. And Rich Gill, he's going out there to do the OCC. So yeah, I'm really excited. My friend Philly, um, she's going to be out there. Um, I'm not sure if I can say my relationship with her. Not like a seedy way. She's got a very handsome boyfriend, and she's like a solid like mate. It came across really weird the way I said that about the relationship. I just can't. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say who she works for, but she works for a running company, and yeah, um, yeah, she sorted me out in the past with some like cool stuff, and yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm drinking tea as well. I've just finished it, so you won't get any more of them. Um, who else is out there? I think my mate Stuart's out there, who I met last year. Um, and then yeah, so yeah, after Chamonix, which is rinsing me of my funds at the minute, and then Italy, yeah, it'll be cool. So, but Chamonix, I've got some really cool plans for Chamonix. So, as well as being a twitcher, I hate the fucking term. I really hate this term, but I am a foodie. Um, Heavily influenced by Anthony Bourdain, Action Bronson, Matty Matheson. So you know I'm a fuck boy when I list them off. Um, All time Hawkeye as well. He's one of my new favourites. Well, not new, about a couple of years now. Um, you know I wear Carhartt if you like. I label them off. But anyway, so there's a really cool fucking website called Eat Like Bourdain, which I've used before on trips. Like me and my friend Tom Owen, I took him to Dublin for his birthday, and we literally ate and drank in every restaurant and pub he went to, and we done it all within. I think because we based it off his TV show, The Layover. So we done it in like I think we were only there for 12 uh 7 I think we were only in Dublin for like 17, 18 hours, and we got it all done. Had a fucking great time. So yeah, there's some restaurants he went to. Only two of three are open, and the third one's only not open because it's only open during the winter. But the one's in Argentière, which is really annoying because that's where I was staying last time, and now I'm about 30k away from my accommodation from Argentière. Um, um, but I was so focused on the race, I had no plans to do anything last time. So, but no, it's cool. You can get the train there, and the other one's a bit further out, Valacine. So I'm looking forward to that. One will be very heavy on just like breads and cheeses and stuff, and then the other one's going to be very cheese heavy with fondue and stuff. So, and I'll just sort of yeah. So yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to that. I've been looking at our campsite more, and we've got like a private lake with a diving board and a slide and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really close to I think I'm like one train stop away from the bottom of the trail that goes up to the junction. So I'd done that when I went with Lewis and Heidi. Um, but only Lewis got to the top because I started feeling really unwell. And then on my way down, I dislocated my finger. I had to fucking pop it back in. Heidi, bless her, she stops further down. All she could hear was me screaming, fucking put it back in. It was like, yeah, I fell on it, and I didn't even feel it pop out, but I looked at it and it was just like bent out of shape. I was, fuck, so I had to put it back in, and yeah, that's when you fucking feel it. So yeah, do that, and then the vertical kilometer, which is under, is it Plan Praz? Which is basically 1,000 meters of elevation within 1,000 meters distance. Um, and then yeah, I think that's it. I think there's a half marathon route I really want to do. There's a race when the Mont Blanc marathon is on. They have a two a night half marathon you have to do in pairs. Um, and I just want to do that route. It just looks like fun. I think I've done most of the route, but I just want to do the route like just as a run. Because I don't think I'll be coming back to Chamonix for a good while. For UTMB week anyway. Um, I know Nell wants to do the ETC, so I'll come back for that. Other than that, I think I will go back to Chamonix for just to be there because I love it over there. But I think for UTMB week, it's just so expensive, and this is why I'm going with Kev and Ollie, I think his name is. So we're driving over and camping. Usually, I've got chalets, and it's just like to drive and camp for 5. Is it 6 days? We're going over. It's going to cost me 300 quid. Um, I've still not paid Kev for. Actually, I need to do that. So it's just like fuck. We might as well just. It's going to cost. I think it's like 90 quid for the ferry, £75 for the camping, and then the rest will be fuel and going in on fuel and what should we call it, tolls. So it's like fucking, it's no brainer really. Um, yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, I just think financially, I just need because I've been going 3 years on the bounce, and I've still not recovered really from the first time I went. So it's like, fuck, yeah, I need to can it. I'll go abroad for other races, just not Chamonix, not for a while. Um, so yeah, no, it'll be cool. Um, but thinking of going away for races, saw a post yesterday. I'm fucking devastated, but I saw it come in. So area events have um, announced that GL3D won't be going ahead 2026. So I thought something was up because usually I would have got my place by now. I would already signed up and everything, and there just wasn't nothing was going on the website. So I thought, and I knew this year, one of the members of staff told me there was 100 less entries than the previous year, and then the previous year there was less entries than the year before that. So I was a bit like, oh shit in hell. So yeah, they've said they're gonna review which way they want to go. If it's going to be more of a festival feel or back to its grassroots of very basic mountain fell marathon type thing. I would prefer the basic because they say they've spent lots of money on the cinema, the speakers, and all this sort of stuff. And to be honest, I've only gone to one of the speakers. That was last year, and that was because it was about looking after your feet, and I thought it'd be really beneficial. Oh, this year I went to speakers because it was Robin, my friend, um, Robin and Simon were doing a Robin Cassidy, I should say, and Simon Roberts were doing a talk. So I wanted to go listen to that because one they're both amazing runners, and two I classify Robin as a friend. So yeah, I just wanted to be a face in the crowd. But other than that, yeah, I never went to any other speakers, and the cinema I only went to this year on the first night because there was nothing else to do. Um, yeah, I like people hadn't turned up yet and stuff like that, so I was just like, okay, I'll just sit here with a Guinness and just watch this for a bit. So yeah, no, it's. I mean, this. I get what they were trying to do, and it's cool. But for me personally, I prefer a more basic because I go to GL3D for the social aspect. I love the the way that you get a map and there's these spots and you can do whatever you want. However, the the other stuff like is always on when I just want to be with my friends and just chat and drink beer. Um, yeah. Um, so yeah, I'm kind of like maybe they should go more for the festival to attract more people because obviously Love Trails went down really well. I'm not sure how Trail Pursuit does. I've not seen much of their stuff. I think they're focusing more on the trips rather than the festival thing. Um, so yeah, but Love Trail obviously went down fucking brilliantly. Seems to every year. Um, it's just I don't know. I think for me, like Love Trail, I said something at Run Club. Someone asked me, "Oh, you're not going to that?" I think I said it the wrong way. I was like, "No, it's not my not my cup of tea." I said it a bit harsher than that, to be honest, but it was just more like, and again, this is nothing against the people who go. I just think that I'm very different from the people who go to like Love Trails. Like I was just watching the videos and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, I've spent time with these people at other events, and I've just not. I've just felt like they. What's the word I'm looking for? Not that I'm not welcome within their group because that's weird. But I'm just very different. We'll say that. And I feel like I get on more with the people. I get on better with people who are like more of the fell running community. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think so because this new younger generation coming, in, which is great. It's fucking great. But I feel like I'm in this weird. I'm not middle aged. I'm 34, but I do feel like I'm in this weird age bracket where I'm too old to be with the younger people, and then the older people look at me as if I'm, you know, a young'un, but they don't seem to have much of an issue with it. Um, but I mean, saying that, I've I had people at my bless Hannah and Tara from Run Club. They were at my party, and then this is when we realised there's a 12-year age difference between us. Um, you know, and love them both, but yeah, I think it's different. I don't know. I think maybe it's just me being a twat. I don't know. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. But I do know there were some people there I don't get on with. I saw him. I saw some posts. um, so yeah, no, there's some great people. Trying to think who was there that I get on with. Oh, Hannah. Fuck, I forgot her last name. Do apologise. She's big with the Why We Run and Ultra. Is it Trails X? Um, she stayed with me in Chamonix last year. Um, that's it. She's the only person I can think of right now who went. Anyway, I feel like I'm waffling on about an event I'm not going to. But anyway, I think next year, while it's not on, I might get an old GL3D map and just do a couple of days. I might put that out there if anyone wants to do it with me. Like, it'll just be really like literally just going out for a day, like a couple of days, just a really chill pace. Yeah, shush. We're gonna keep that shush because yeah, I'm gonna put it out there, but obviously I need to keep a small group. I'm not fucking leading a pack of like fucking 14 people in an area where I'm gonna have to be getting the map out all the fucking time. So so yeah, no. Um but fucking hell, Ozzy Osbourne passed away last night. That was a shocker. Yeah. Oh, that was sad. I mean, it wasn't a shocker at all. He was riddled with Parkinson's. He was what, 76 years old, 76, 78. Um the life he'd lived, it's a surprise. It's amazing he lived this long, so it's not a shock at all. Um yeah, but it's still sad. As a greb, he was a huge part of my childhood, and I'm a older millennial. So obviously the Osbournes was huge. Loved it. Um, I remember actually one of the very first records I ever bought vinyls. I was about 10 years old. Was I 10 or 11? I was in year 6 at school. I used to go to car boot sales a lot with my dad, and we'd just go vinyl hunting together. I've got quite a collection, and one of the first ones that I bought and was really excited about was Ozzy Osbourne Bark at the Moon. Um, Not his best album, but I remember just buying it. Like, yes, I've got an Ozzy vinyl, just and then yeah, and then obviously, Black Sabbath was fucking great and whatnot, and then yeah, it's just like yeah, um, I mean, if you look at my Spotify, I have probably only got like 5 songs saved by him, and 3 of them being Black Sabbath and 3 of them being Ozzy. Um, So I'm not gonna go out and say I'm his biggest fan and whatnot, but I am a fan, and it was huge. Like I said, huge part of my childhood. And he's just one of those people I think you just felt were gonna live forever. Um, so yeah, yeah, sad man. Especially when I saw there's a video going around on Instagram about basically how he knows he's dying. Um, and yeah, I just thought that was really like, oh fuck. Um, Yeah, it's sad, but it's coming for us all, isn't it? So I was gutted I didn't go to his final gig, but I knew it's quite funny how like 2 weeks before the gig, I said he'll die shortly after this gig. I said to everyone, I said to everyone at work, I think I might have said to a few runners on Instagram, said to Nell, said to a few guys in Run Club, he'll do this gig and he won't be, you know, he'll go. He was like, I said when he said this is farewell tour, I think it's literal. Like he knows he's sicker than what we're led to believe. Um, and yeah, I mean, it could be a coincidence, but yeah, I think that is the case. Um, but thinking of gigs, I went to Block Party, their 20th anniversary. Oh, that was horrible. Realizing the album's 20 years old, Silent Alarm. But what a fucking band! What an album! Like, sure, it's just one of those albums. Like, I won't skip it one single track. That it's just perfect. Like Weekend in the City as well. Not as good as Silent Alarm, but still fucking perfect. Um, but yeah, oh, they were so good live, so good. And I'll be honest, I cried a couple of songs just because the memories they brought back and stuff. It wasn't because like it wasn't sad. It was just like it was just like taking me back in time. You know, drinking with my friends on fields with our iPod speakers, and not the worst thing going on in my life at that time. Apart from I don't know, I was so paranoid because I was on fucking loads of pills at the time, but really the only thing I had to worry about back then was nothing. Not like literally when I think back to it, um, I had some childhood trauma in that, but I was like over that, not over it, but that part of my life closed. I was a teenager. I was carefree. Yes, I was on pills and drinking a lot, but I was happy. I had lots of friends, and believe it or not, I was quite popular with the ladies back then. You know what I mean? I got good at fingering. Is what I'm saying. Um, uh, but and yeah, I was just such like that era. I think I've said about it before, but that era of my life, I really look back on with fond memories. Um, I'm getting teary now, like just thinking about it. Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of like in like American films where the guy's I could have been in the NFL and broken my knee type thing, and he like lives in his high school days. I kind of do in a bit just because I was so happy. Um, I was really happy. I have some stuff in my life, that means I will never ever be 100% happy. I'll never, there'll always be a melancholy in me, you but I didn't then. you know, even though I was on, completely paranoid and twisted on pills and whatnot. But yeah, I was really happy. Um, and I have a great life now. Don't get it twisted at all. I have an amazing life now. I am happy, but there's just things that have happened since that means I'll never be as happy. You know what I mean? So, well, not as carefree, I should say, because I do have people and four-legged creatures in my life that that make me unconditionally happy. They give me unconditional love. Um, but yeah, I'd just love to be that carefree again. Um, and yeah, and then that gig just brought that back to me, especially like I was singing along to. I'm glad no one could hear me because like I was like fucking singing along to all the songs, and there'd be times where my voice would just break, not from screaming or anything, but just because I was just started crying. Like, oh, I need to go to therapy. And yeah, what else? Not much. Tried to get tickets for Deftones. That was not going to happen. They even on. What is the point of companies putting tickets on pre-sale when you got the thing for pre-sale and they sell out? Like, what is the point? And then they sold out general like straight away. So I'm probably have to pay like fucking 300 quid to get fucking, you know someone else's ticket. Kneecap as well. I'm meant to be possibly going. I've not got my ticket yet. That might be it. Because I wanted to do the Manchester one. It was like straight away, £127. I was like, nah, I don't want to go VIP like when it's normally 45. So, pardon me. So yeah, Kneecap and Deftones, 2 gigs. I'll probably miss out on now. I will try and get to Deftones though. I really want to see Deftones. Kneecap would be great as well, but I think with Kneecap, I'm quite happy to just blast out in my car. Whereas Deftones, I really want to go see them live. I really want to go experience that. Um, yeah, that'd be really fucking cool. Uh, what else? What else? I'm trying to think. I've been reading more. I think I've talked about that before. Trying to think. What have I read recently? Oh, Danny Brooks' book. I've spoken about that on the last one. So yeah, no, nothing new. I have read another Bourdain book, Anthony Bourdain book, but it's about stories from his friends. So it was really really cool. Quite sad towards the end. And now I'm reading The Hobbit at the minute. I read it when I was a kid, and I've not read it since. I've not read it since I was again year 6. That seems to be a recurring thing. So yeah. What now? Fuck all. I need to go get ready for a fell race this Ponderosa. Weather is not looking fun, so I think I'll be. Oh, I'll still wear a t-shirt, but I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna take a waterproof with me. Hopefully, not need it. um, yeah, I don't know what shoes I'm gonna wear. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, I think that's about it. Fucking hell, nearly 50 minutes. See, this is what I like. I was just putting out like 20-minute episodes of me just rambling about shit. So yeah, no, I'm quite happy to do this now. Whereas, I know they say, "Oh, keep them regular" and that, but I'm not trying to build an audience. I'm not trying to build a brand. I'm not trying to get paid advertisements from this. I just like rambling on, and this is a way of me sort of doing like people do Instagram Live and all that. I'm not into that at all, and this is just my version of doing that instead. So if you want to listen, you can listen. If you don't, it's cool. It's all cool in the gang. I'll bother you in my stories with random memes and if you're listening to this iPod, what would you be listening to and stuff like that. So So yeah, cool. We'll leave it at that. We're coming up to 50 minutes in 9, 8. So I'm not really going to count down. That's really lame. Anyway, yeah, cool. Right, bye.